So I get this question a lot, and it typically goes like, do you have a ballpark estimate as to how long this system would take for me to land a client, right? And that's all well and good. Everyone wants to land clients, but nobody really wants to learn how to deliver for clients and do all the stuff that goes with it. So this is where the whole install and exit model comes into play. It's very effective, and it just removes you from delivery entirely, and you can just hand it off to a team member, or you can just install it yourself. But literally, you're just doing 2 weeks of work and getting paid what should be like 2-3 months worth of work in one go, and it's awesome. So I get asked this every week, and my answer is always the same. Okay, and I always say to people, it depends. Okay, it's not the sexy answer, but it's the realest answer I can possibly give someone. And like, here's the range of people. Right, we had Ephraim, who is an agency owner and growth consultant. He added, well, now he's up to 20K a month. We started working together like a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. And now he's doing like 20K a month consistently from scratch. And Doug, who's a creator or ghostwriter and consultant, he added 4K MRR in 14 days. We had Gonzalo, who you can see here. He is now traveling the world, getting paid $15,000 for 10 days of work with his clients. And now they're paying for all his expenses to travel the world and work with them and go to conferences and stuff. So that's actually insane. And this was back in early states of December last year, 2024, where he signed his first client, and now he's traveling the world and getting paid for it at the same time, and he's just so happy. So we had Yusuf as well, who also runs an agency and creator-led business. He added $16,000 in 21 days. And Holly, who's a coach, she crushed $30,000 in 35 days. And she also told me that it was her best month she's ever had in the history of her business. And I think she actually broke 41K that specific month. So as you can see, there's like no fixed timeline to this stuff. You're going to move a lot faster if you follow the fucking plan, right? To start, you make more offers than excuses. Like, distribution is so important. I believe people forget that bit so much. Most of the time, it's just like, how many people have you shown this to? Oh, 5. Oh, well, there's your fucking problem, right? So, and you make sure that you show up with certainty and clarity, okay? And you just move forward with that. And what seems to make people move slower is simply they second guess everything. They don't take themselves seriously enough, and they care too much of what people might think of them or think of them in general. So that's why the Cypher model, install and exit, strategy maps, all of this material works, all of these mechanisms work so well, at least for me and these guys, is because it doesn't do the work for you. It doesn't do push-ups for you. It's not going to deadlift that weight for you, right? I give you the low friction offer frameworks, the templates, the frameworks, the scripts, the consulting, the support, all of that stuff wraps up into one and either installed into your business, or you can work with me one-on-one to have that installed in your business and you're implementing, right? So that's obviously going to take a bit longer because it's based on how much you want to implement and how soon you want this installed in your business. Or those are the only two things we're opening, right? So either like done with you or done for you. It's the best play, and it's how you should look at this video. This isn't a pitch, by the way. It's just showing you what I'm doing right now to get these guys these types of results and for myself, right? So like we give you all of that, right? Or I give you all of that, and it's all plug and play. So the only thing stopping you is you sitting on your hands and just waiting for stuff to land in your lap magically, as if you're owed something, right? And I never had that mentality that my life is owed to me. I owe it to my life. I owe it to the people around me, my family, my loved ones, myself. The next version of myself, I owe it to. And the only way you're going to unlock that is by doing the shit that sucks now to have a more fruitful, prosperous couple of weeks, months, years, etc. So that's my philosophy and mindset behind that. Nothing is owed to you. Everything is earned in sweat equity. And sweat equity is not just like, do exercise, do steps, train, lift hard, eat clean, get your fucking exercise in. Don't eat trash. Don't undersleep, because you need to overperform. You need to perform at your best. Okay? And that's why you can last longer in this game. You can run laps around people, and you can just stay consistent because you're dedicated and committed to the cause. Okay? You're wired and you're dialed in. And that's how I'm starting to feel, especially since I started working with Francis Melia. Shout out Francis Melia. He's my coach. I'm going to see if I can pop up his handle on Twitter real quick, and you guys can actually chuck him a follow. It's at Coach FHM. And since I've been working with Francis, my whole mentality and stuff has changed. This isn't like a glaze or anything or like a promotion, but I just wanted to say that if you do not have the time, effort, energy, or anything to put towards a goal, a certain goal that you really, really want to achieve. I mean, obviously you need to have energy to do it, but if you partner with the right person or hire a coach or consultant to help you through the stuff that you don't like doing about that goal specifically, sometimes the game is pay to play. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a big advocate of that. Paying it forward. I've worked with many coaches. I've worked with many consultants. I've worked with Levi Irola. I've worked with Robin Newell. I've worked with all these guys. I locked myself in my office for 6 months and rammed and listened to Terminate by Deja Vu for that length of time and isolated myself from everyone and came out fucking reborn. J.K. Molina. I've worked with J.N. Jack. I've worked with all these greats, all these really cool people that have either come before me, Nick Cosmin, Sam Ovens, all these greats. Andrew Gould, shout out Andrew Gould. He helped me with the initial first run of Based Consulting, helping me get my copy tight because we've got the results. I've been doing this in B2B for the longest period of time, client acquisition, sales, marketing, helping big enterprise companies secure deals with Samsung, Ubisoft, Fox, Deloitte, like household names that are doing billions and billions and billions of dollars. And I can't seem to comprehend sometimes why we as a market, as a general consensus, that we feel it's right to then sell to each other as if it's some pyramid. Now, most are selling the shovel to you. Okay, that's the realization I made a while ago, and then I noticed that was the play. So once you kind of see behind the lines, you can clearly see like what works and what doesn't. And it's like one of my favorite quotes from Bruce Lee is, take what's necessary and hack away at the unessential. You're going to hear and see a lot from me about this. Okay, Bruce Lee, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like these guys back in the day, they were rugged, they were tough, they had a mindset, and they were there to dominate and take over the industries they were in. And a lot of the time, they just strip away shit that isn't working. They test, and they fail so many more times than, and once you kind of get out of that place where you feel that you don't need to have all this stuff, consumption of material or programs or coaching going on, you can actually take away what really works. Just only focus on what works for you. Okay. If you like doing this, if you don't like doing this, but sometimes you have to get your hands dirty and do those things because they yield incredible results. Sometimes it's the hard work you do that nobody else wants to do that yields and reaps the best rewards and ROI for yourself, whether that be time, money, energy, happiness, love, whatever emotion you can attach that ROI to. It doesn't have to always be money. So I could ramble and I can tangent. I don't really get an opportunity to sit and speak and just like yap at the camera. So if you're interested in hearing more about that stuff, I do this on YouTube. It's at Kai_Cabrero. I'm going to yap more about this on Twitter at Kai_Cabrero, in my newsletter, kaicabrero.co.uk. This is just what we're doing. So anyway, back to this stuff. I'll share some screenshots and then just wrap it up. But this stuff is, if you just sit on your hands, right, where I was going back to, if you sit on your hands and just wait for stuff to happen to you and feel that you're deserving of life and money and respect and love, that stuff is earned, right, through sweat equity. Doing your stuff every single day consistently for a long period of time will yield massive results. None of this shit is overnight. I've been doing this 4 years, okay? JK, Alex Hormozy, Nick Cosmin, like all these guys, like they've been doing it for years, like years and years and years and years and years. And they all have a similar kind of backstory. They were poor or less fortunate, and they wanted to be more fortunate. That's it. That's the only shift. And the shift was hard work and learning from greats and paying greats to learn from them and work under them or consult with them. Okay, so you need to pay it forward. If you don't know what to do, either learn it, get good at it, test loads of shit that may make you look stupid in front of your peers or your industry, and get over that cringe mountain. Greg Eisenberg mentioned this earlier today in one of his tweets. He said that there's a cringe mountain you need to get yourself over. Again, another interesting person to take a look at. I'm just calling these guys out because I have nothing to hide. You know, a lot of people in this space have worked with these people as well. I feel like I'm one of the ones that has taken away what they've learned from their mentors, and they've implemented themselves, and I've only taken away the unessential and then applied my own spin on it. Okay, so this protocol that I've built, the Cypher model, low friction offers, strategy maps, all of this stuff is built for people that are ready to move forward, that are ready to make change. And if you go to a competitor or you go to someone else and you feel like that's a good option for you, then I don't feel that anyone should spend additional energy to then try and convince that person to do something, right? Because it's all about coming from a place of abundance, and that's where we're coming from. That's what yields the best results. I always find that when I'm more abundant and things are naturally, I'm opening myself up for these things. I'm also doing the hard work at the same time. So it's only a matter of time before the needle moves, right? And that's the mindset I'd like to impart on you today. And this game is easy, right? It can be easy. And you can get daily Stripe notifications. You can scale your business. You can live the dream life you want. You can just do all the X, Y, Zs that you want to do in life. I'm sitting here a majority of the time just hanging out in my house and gaming and hanging out with friends and my family and just in the gym here in my house in the garage, you know? So I already have my dream life, or at least I have the dream life that younger me wanted, right? Which is an interesting thing because I wanted the life I have now maybe like 5 years ago, but now I'm here. I want something else. I want a bigger compound. I want a bigger house. I want more security. I want more success. You know, I just want more. And I believe you're always chasing more, but I'm also very grateful for what I have, and I always stay within that energy as well. But I've hit my goal that 5 years before Kai wanted to achieve. Now I'm looking for the future. What's really going to set you up, and what's really going to help you get what you want 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. So it's a long game at the end of the day, and I'm willing to play it. So yeah, I mean, you can do all this as well just by doing whatever the fuck you want anyway. So you're gonna fuck around and find out. You might as well, right? So yeah, the question at the beginning of this video was like, how long will XYZ take me to do? And the short answer is like, as long as you want it to. It's really about as long as you want it to. Because these guys, I mean, Gon started like, the 5th or the 12th last year. That's like 9 months ago, right? And now he's finally getting another human being or another company on the planet to pay him $15,000 for 10 days of work. What the hell? That's like half of someone's yearly salary. It's actually bananas. Ali had no XP, and he left his job at Rolls-Royce to work with me. So he just had it, Laurie as well. He did 15K in 3 weeks. Yusuf, 16K a month in like 3 weeks or something. And Holly, this was a beautiful one. So $31,400. It's not yet, but this month will be my biggest month ever in business. It's the best month I've had in at least 30 months. She was at $8,580 a month, from $8,580 to $31,400. That's a 265.8% increase in MRR. Disgusting. And she did that in, she did that in like 25 days, 30 days. But yeah, how long will it take? As long as you want it to be.